Good evening, welcome to the Town of Waterboro's Planning Board meeting for May 16th, 2012. My name is Tim Nelson, I'm the Chairman of the Planning Board. We have a full board here this evening, and I will call our first appointment. It's a conditional use permit for a daycare at 999 Main Street, map 19, lot 5. Mrs. Elmore? And I will allow you to present it. As you can see, we don't have any paperwork, so please bear with us.
Okay.
Yes, right up there if you like.
I currently have a daycare already in Springvale that's been running successfully for 3 years. I'm actually a Waterboro resident, and I want to open a daycare at the address that you just said. We are in the process of getting licensed from the state, but in order to get licensed from the state, I have to have town approval as well. It'll be a facility that will have 12 children in it, anywhere from the ages of 6 weeks to 12 years old. I'm mainly concentrating on preschool-age children, though. I'm not sure what else you want me to...
And you're looking to do 12 children?
12 children, yes. I'll only be licensed for 12 children maximum there. Yes.
Whereabouts is 999 Main Street?
Do you know where the Tropic Pets is? It's right across the street from Tropic Pets. It's a white house,
Okay.
right next to the
embroidery
post
place?
office. Yes, it's
Okay.
DJ Embroidery. She's the one that owns it.
Okay.
Yes.
Is this going to be a residence and a daycare?
No,
Just a daycare?
no, just a daycare.
Just a daycare.
Yes, yes.
Is there a fence around that yet?
There will be. We're putting a fence up in the backyard. Yes.
You've spoken to the code officer, you understand the regulations that go along with septic and everything else that go along with the daycare.
I was under the understanding that I was going to talk to somebody about that here, because I talked to Tina, and she said that as long as there was no issues brought up before the meeting, which I figured she had taken care of all that,
No,
so.
if you get your state.
Well, yes, it's all through Mark, but
Yeah.
if you get approved, they're going to be... Oh. I was just handed a recommendation from Mark Mitchell, who's our new CEO.
What, is it town water? Or is it the Waterboro water system? down there?
Yes, it is. It's the
Public
water,
water?
yes.
That's
It's
public
town
water,
water,
not
public
town-
water, whatever,
Not
yeah.
town water.
Okay,
Not a part of town.
okay, public water then, okay.
Yeah, and he appears to have already addressed the septic system. Have you seen this?
No.
There's nothing bad in it.
Okay, good, thank you.
Well, do you need a motion?
I do.
Two
I'm
weeks.
still, you all set?
Yep.
Any questions regarding that?
No,
Okay.
Did you say it was 12 children?
up to 12 children, yes, maximum.
Make a motion to approve the conditional use.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the conditional use as presented. Any,
Could I just add to that motion, up to 12 children?
Okay. I agree.
so you're going to make that as a motion, or you're going to adjust your motion?
I'll adjust my motion. to
Isn't
say
that part of the permitting, the state permitting? Don't
Yeah,
they
the
have-
state,
yeah.
when I get licensed by the state, they'll only license me for 12.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
want to
Okay.
go any bigger there,
Yeah.
so,
Will they be going outside?
yes.
Do you have a fence?
We're in the process of putting the fence up,
The
yes.
state is very strict up there.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they
Trust
are.
me, I've been
Yes,
dealing
they
with
are.
them for a while.
Nearly as.
They're not going to let it go by. I've had the fire marshal already, and so, yeah, I
Except for
know.
the town.
Okay, so there's a motion. Any further discussion on the motion on the floor to approve as presented? All in favor? Opposed? There you go.
We'd like to make that more difficult, but.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you.
You're welcome. We have no minutes, no communications, actually. We have no paperwork.
We didn't get out of here before time.
Tina
so now we gotta
is
sit here.
unavailable this evening, so, Tom, if you want to talk, we don't have any paperwork regarding what you emailed us, which is the growth ordinance. Unless you have copies for everybody.
I printed a couple extra copies, Mr. Chairman. I've got
I don't have email anyway, so I could get it.
4 copies, if that would be helpful, or I can just
If you'd like to just
talk through the...
touch base real quick on it,
Okay,
And why don't I take the 4 copies that you have?
certainly.
I've got a copy here that I can share with someone.
Mine's on the coffee table.
Something.
But they formulated an email policy, yeah, I don't have it. I took, they changed the policy, they won't forward it.
Okay. All right, I'm going to synopsize some of the things that the town attorney came up with. Unless, Andy, did you
No,
want to
I
have any
haven't.
opening comments?
No.
First of all, just for clarity for the board, the town administrator and the administration of the town felt that because of the complexities of the growth management ordinance and because it involves state law, they recommended that this be sent to the town attorney sooner rather than later, so there wouldn't be any misunderstandings about what we could or could not do legally. So under the advice of the administrator, we proceeded earlier in getting this to our town council to take a look at. In Natalie's review, after we talked through each one of the bullet points that the planning board members had talked about, a couple things she wanted to bring to your attention, that she felt there'd be some complexity in terms of issuing 6 permits per month. She felt that the monthly limitation would cause some problems in the future if you had multifamily housing. And I think a lot of her basis for her comments in here is not based on single-family developers coming in, but the fact that there may be a multi-housing developer who comes into town, and how would the town handle it if it restructured the ordinance this way? Is that correct, Andy?
Yes.
Okay.
So if somebody's going to come in and they're going to build a duplex is easy. Let's say they're going to build a 7-unit building. They need 7 growth permits, or they need 1 growth permit?
I'm not sure. That's something that has to be addressed. I mean, it's definitely a flaw in what we had discussed. We had discussed this at one meeting,
Yeah.
kind of quickly, and we're going to write something up. I didn't really draft any of this stuff up. This was basically all drafted with Tom and the attorney. I got to see this for the first time just a few days ago. But from reading through it, there's definitely some flaws in what I had proposed. I don't think there's anything that we can't overcome. And maybe we should let Tom just continue on.
So we're gonna get it now anyways, after it's been to the attorney, so it's back to us, so we've got,
I'm not sure where we stand with all this at this point.
Well, what Natalie has done in the full package that was emailed to you and that most of you have in front of you, she's actually made some of the changes in there that she feels are consistent with state law. One of the issues that came up was exactly what's affordable housing. In fact, Andy, you brought that up. And currently, we have to go with the definition that's instituted by the state as part of Title 30A, but that's a moving target because that definition is established by the federal government, by Housing and Urban Development. So I did make copies of that, Andy, if you want to pass them out to the board as to what the current definition is.
let's go back to the rest now, so it's,
So in the construct of the growth management ordinance, you know, there has to be a certain amount that's dedicated to affordable housing. She's adjusted the figure to 72 per year. The basis for that was if you allowed 6 per month. She
And you
feels
still on affordable, go back to affordable housing, we shouldn't ever have to worry about affordable housing in this town.
It's
Should
mandated.
never. We had a letter from the state 20 years ago that basically said we never have to worry about affordable housing.
But it's mandated by the state that we have in our
it's
ordinance.
mandated. So it's a state
It's fine, but
mandate.
we're never going to have, I don't care what percentage they have for affordable housing, we're never going to have to worry about hitting it.
I think it's more of a formula that's.
Arrowhead.
Arrowhead, yeah.
It was more of a formula that was instituted when developers would come in with subsidized housing, subsidized HUD affordable housing.
So you're saying that the new housing, the new permits that we do have to conform to another percentage of affordable housing that doesn't take into account existing?
That's correct.
That's right?
It doesn't take into account the existing.
The town of Waterboro would give 72 permits a year, plus 8 that are mandated by law to be affordable housing. Like I was telling Tom, we've got to define affordable housing, because everybody's going to come in and say, this is affordable housing, this is affordable housing.
And this is the definition that
I know, Eric, that's the
that the
problem.
state uses that comes from the feds. And I don't know if legally we're allowed to reconstruct that definition.
So all we know is it's 80% of the median income for the area, but then how do you figure out what the price of the house is based off
I
of?
have no idea.
I still scratch my head on it.
I mean, if you say that if you say the median income is 40,000, that means it's 32,000 is we have to plan for a house.
What they
What's
use
their
for-
debt income ratio? What's all that?
They don't even factor it in. What they use is census data, Kurt. It's all based on census tract data.
Wow.
And so it makes it extremely complicated.
There's so many variables in that. How do you even come up with an
There's an
answer?
immense number of variables. And I guess what I'd like to do is ask our town attorney is and maybe you already know the answer to this, Tim, can we construct our own definition of affordable housing?
I can't answer for that. I know what my personal answer would be, but, and basically, my feeling is we go ahead and do what we think is best.
Yeah.
And rather than pay the attorneys to draft these things, we just pay them to defend it down the road if we have to.
That's generally what we do anyway.
It's an interesting position, Tim, and I think.
And this is coming from the enforcement part of a body, but I read the affordable housing definition, and as you well know, I'm not a fan of the growth ordinance.
We had 2 before,
Mhm.
and we had defined it in the ordinance when I read it, that it was a mainstay, not main,
HUD.
the people that build it themselves there.
Oh,
Habitat?
Habitat.
Habitat, yeah.
Habitats.
Oh,
We
yeah.
had 2 affordable
We had-
permits for Habitat for Humanity, thank you.
Have you seen those houses?
Yeah, I've seen them. And now we had 8, so I was a little bit disparaged to see that.
Mm-hmm.
We actually increased the number. But she added that in.
You'd have to establish a ratio. Say if someone that makes $500,000 a year and bought a house, 250, 100, and then when you get down to this 80% of median income.
For the area.
Yeah.
So regardless of the mix of your town already,
10%
we
has
still
to be-
have to have
10% has to
10%
be.
additional affordable housing.
If you have a growth management ordinance.
Every day's a new day.
If you have a growth management, there's
If
the
you don't
best
have a
reason I
growth
can,
management ordinance,
the best reason I can think of to get rid of it right
you
there.
know. If this ordinance didn't exist, then you would have different latitudes to do. A developer could come in and do multifamily housing. Let's say it was a 20-unit, 10 duplexes. The developer could come in, said that my construction schedule, I'd like to start it and get it done before the snow flies, could do so. Wouldn't be have to worry about drawing down singular growth permits, limited to 6 per month. So there's a lot of pluses and minuses to factor in, also realizing how hard the town had worked to get this established. I think that's the basis for a lot of people wanting to keep it in, because the town worked hard to create it when it was peaking in growth. But I think I've shared with the board what that peak looks like now. Last year, the drawdown, I believe, was 8 permits. The year prior to it, in 2010, was 12 residential building permits.
I think this is something that's going to need to be workshopped.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of
Where we sit
issues
down
here.
and knock it out.
Part of it is that when Tom got this back from the attorney,
Yeah.
I think before we would even think about sending anything back to her, there was a letter that she had written on April 2nd expressing that on that list of items that we wanted to change, some things that she thought, and she uses a lot of language like, I did not put the monthly limitation in as I do not believe that the town has the authority. It's not that we
Right.
don't, she
Yeah.
just doesn't believe it. So when Natalie wrote the ordinance, the new ordinance, when it was drafted up, the things that she didn't believe she could defend, she took out, which
Right.
makes it not work. It's not accomplishing what we wanted it to accomplish.
To accomplish exactly.
So So in order to accomplish what we want to accomplish, we've got to pretty much take the position you had, Tim, of this is what we think is best for administrative purposes, for the town, and is fair. The way I look at it is that if nobody sued us under the old ordinance,
When
they ain't gonna
everything,
sue us after this one here, this one here.
when it was really prime buildings.
Yeah, exactly. If no one sued us then, they're not gonna sue us over this, because it's gonna be a lot easier.
I agree. Why don't we schedule a workshop to hash this out? Actually, I'd like to do two of them. I'd like to do one workshop where we can sit down as a board and come up with a plan with Tom. He wants to be here, and then sit down with the attorneys after we decide how we want to go about this, and let them know that our feeling is either they work to defend us, or we work with them so they don't defend us as hard as they might have to. And there's two ways we can do that, and I think we need to sit down and
And in
figure out how we
reality,
want to do it.
anything that I had proposed is
Mhm.
actually in somebody else's ordinance. So it's not like there isn't a precedent out there already.
Right.
Copying somebody else to a certain extent.
Was that from Lyman or Dayton?
That was from Hollis.
From Hollis, okay.
Yeah. So, I'm working tomorrow. I'll try to touch base with Tina on Friday, see if we can set up our workshop on the next meeting, if there's nothing
Yeah.
on the agenda, where we can sit down and go through this. And actually try to have Mark here as well, because he's going to be enforcing it.
Enforcing it.
Okay,
Yeah.
So probably a workshop with Tom, Mark, and the board.
excellent idea, excellent idea.
And if the selectmen want to sit in on it, they're more than welcome to. Is that fair with everybody, in agreement with that?
Yep.
Okay.
If I may, Ken, the key ways in preparing for that workshop will be to go on that email, starting from the end forward. There is, as Andy had pointed out in April, second email that spoke in general terms as to why she could defend or
Yeah.
not defend.
Mhm.
And then she went and reworked the ordinance part there. And sorry for any time delay there. That was the period when my father had died. And then right after that, then I believe Andy was on vacation, and then Natalie went on a couple-week vacation. So that's why there was a little bit of a time delay. But that's a good approach, Ken. And I just wanted to, if I may, also alert the board that there will be a forthcoming, I'm anticipating it in June, site plan review. Victor Wright is planning to come forward. He's planning to do a speculative commercial building just under 10,000 square, just under 3,000 square feet. And he's doing his site planning right now. So I anticipate he might be ready to come before the board sometime in June. I just wanted to alert you to that. It's on Route 202, almost across the street from Straw Millbrook Road, just on the road from Pine Hall on the other side of the road.
Tom, were you
Yes.
able to find anything on Maine state law as far as a statute, as far as what we can do and what we can't do in an ordinance?
The key link in terms of state law, in terms of when you have a growth ordinance,
Okay, Tom?
you have to.
No.
You're all set.
Okay, we got it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is something that Andy had requested. You have to also,
I mean, I don't want to purposely violate the law, but if it's vague,
This is
it
the
works in our best
Can we
interest.
dismiss
This is the state
Whether we
linkage.
should or not have a growth ordinance yet? Did we go through that?
I thought we did.
And so you'll want to read this too, as well versed in it, but, you know, this is how you establish the rate of growth ordinances by state law. So if you have a local municipal law, you have to follow this piece here.
I like how they actually took the time to explain how to establish a mean. You add up all the things and then divide it by 10.
So those are the two linking pieces that you had asked for, Andy,
Yeah.
for clarification to the board.
Okay.
Okay. Back on just an update of other things that might be surfacing in the future. This tract of land on Bennett Hill Road, just past the transfer station, there's a fairly large holding of real estate that was clear cut, well, almost clear cut, or substantially cut several years back.
Yeah, I
It's-
just saw that satellite the other day. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, when you look at Google
know, I
Earth,
think that
and you look at that tract of land, it's a fairly substantial piece of real estate. It's on the back side of
This is
Bennett
the
Hill.
transfer station.
You go past the transfer station. Currently under the ownership
That's all
of,
cutting company.
this real estate's currently under the ownership of Mike and Richard Humphrey. I believe they were the loggers. They have come in for a very preliminary discussion to explore the possibility of doing some type of development in there.
Is that a town road?
What? Oh, don't go there.
That part after the dump.
Officially abandoned road.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
It's a heated discussion
Okay.
at the selecting level. In any case, I wanted to alert you to it. I don't know if anything will come forward that they'll actually put together a development package. They're not developers, but they're exploring the possibility of doing something with one of the 100-acre tracts. It represents slightly over a couple hundred acres.
This is on the
of
dirt
real estate.
road part of Bennett Hill Road.
Pardon me?
This is on the dirt road part of Bennett Hill Road?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, actually, it goes both, doesn't it? Doesn't it also go on Deering?
Goes up to
I
Deering.
think
Road.
Cass-
Because that's one of their major roads in is off Deering too, so.
I believe
They
Doug
come up
owns a
just
big
before
piece
the,
there. Casper's
Just before the
Right at the Deering
Yeah,
end?
but they have another road in.
Right down the middle of it.
Okay.
The part that was
Oh, where
cut,
the
I
log
think,
is.
was Casper's.
And that Bartlett Pond, it used to be on a state's list for like severely endangered ponds. I mean, there's a lot of restriction. That whole area in there is just a watershed that goes into Bartlett Pond.
It's funny 'cause
For
these-
that land where
these-
they're, for
these-
that land where they're logging this,
Just like
that's pretty, that's nice and high.
In any case, it's a huge piece of real estate, and I just wanted to alert the board. There's no plans that have been submitted. It was purely they came in for discussion, and their discussion kind of centered on doing some type of a, these were in general terms, campground development. So that's where that currently is. The last thing I have for you tonight, and I'll keep you continually posted if anything else comes in that. On May 22nd, at the Board of Selectmen's meeting, that's a Tuesday night,
It's a series of DVD.
Wright and Pierce will be here to discuss the design of drainage and sidewalk running from middle school to Friendship Park area. And it's shown on this map here. Again, it's a public hearing that's required by federal law for the engineering company that's been retained by the town to do this design work. The area that's shown in red is the limits of the project area. It's not for any construction of any sidewalks, it's purely engineering design,
This is the grant that we're taking advantage of to do our surveying.
survey and drainage.
Right, so regardless of the article in the paper, there's nothing to do with anything. This is surveying that the town's doing, having done, and we're using grant money to do it.
Yes, surveying, drainage, and also the design of a sidewalk, because it falls under the umbrella grant program called Safe Routes to
Yep.
Schools.
But we're not doing sidewalks.
There's no construction money for them,
Right.
and there's an apparent non-consensus to do them. That's all. But I just wanted to alert you, public hearing, selectmen, next Tuesday
That's
night.
Roland's house. That's a big piece of land.
Okay. Any questions on any of these things that I've given to you?
Any questions for Tom from the board?
Okay, what time does Celtics start?
They're not on tonight. No.
No, but it's all new modern families tonight.
That's good.
Can watch our Boston Red Sox try to win.
Lose?
Anybody have anything they'd like to discuss, any new business?
We keep this stuff?
Yes.
Seeing none, I'll accept the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion, all in favor? We're done. Thank you.